President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will have no worry and nothing on his mind on Inauguration Day, as the last two appeals on his presidential candidacy was just trashed unanimously in the latest en banc decision of the Supreme Court. Our Cecil Villarosa has the full story.
2 days before he takes oath as the country's 17th president, the Supreme Court dismissed the petitions to disqualify and cancel the candidacy of President-elect Bongbong Marcos, voting unanimously. The Supreme Court held that Marcos is qualified to run and be elected to public office. The court is also convinced that Marcos' certificate of candidacy is valid and in accordance with the law, as it upheld the earlier ruling of the Commission on Elections. 13 justices voted on the case during Tuesday's Supreme Court's en banc session, in which 2 magistrates did not join the deliberations. Among those who inhibited from voting were Justice Henry Jean Paul Inting, whose sister is incumbent COMELEC acting chairperson Socorro Inting, and Justice Antonio Co, a former COMELEC commissioner. Justice Rodil Zalameda, meanwhile, penned the decision. In response, Attorney Estelito Mendoza, BBM's legal counsel, said that the Supreme Court's decision is just in time for BBM's inauguration, while BBM's political party, Partido Federal ng Pilipinas, said in a statement that the High Court's ruling is a vindication that Marcos Jr. is indeed qualified to run. The Supreme Court's ruling stems from the petition filed by Father Christian Buenafes Group, who sought the cancellation of Marcos' COC, and the petition filed by the group of Bonifacio Ilagan, who pleaded for the disqualification of Marcos from the 2022 presidential elections. Both petitions questioned the eligibility of Marcos to run for public office because of his previous tax case, which the Supreme Court upheld with finality in appeals court decision to convict Marcos Jr. But according to the previous ruling of the COMELEC, failure to submit income tax returns cannot be considered as moral turpitude, and that the Court of Appeals in its decision did not impose a penalty of imprisonment against Marcos. In response to the petition, Marcos, through his counsel Estelito Mendoza, told the court that the petition defiles the sovereign will of the people. In his comment, Marcos also argued that he did not commit any false representation in his COC because the penalty of perpetual and absolute disqualification was never imposed against him. Cecil Villarosa for The Nation.